What is going on? This is the Party Crasher podcast. I am your uninvited guest. I am R15. Another week, another show, man. Um, yeah, pretty exciting stuff going on. Finally, updated my Twitter. So I got all the new graphics and stuff on there. So, if you haven't seen that, as you can see on the screen, my Twitter and everything is up there. If you need to get a hold of me or want to know what's going on with the show, that's the best way to reach out to me is those links down there. Um, also, what's not on the links is I actually have Rumble going now. Episode 1 of the Party Crasher podcast, I uploaded it recently over there to Rumble. I'll be sure to leave the link to the Rumble account if you want to watch over there in the description below. As well as all the other stuff that I leave down there. I'm gonna try to start linking. I don't know if I'll do it in this video, but I'll try to start linking the video clips that I use. I'll try to start linking the full length discussion of those videos if they're available. So be looking forward to that. So just trying to stay consistent, man. Trying to be as detail oriented as possible. Sometimes people watch the clips and they always I know when I'm watching certain clips and I'm like, oh man, I wish I had the link to the full video. So I'll try to do that, and I'll leave it down there with the other things like the trailers for the movies and show of the week, as well as the song. I'll try to leave the links to whatever channels that have those videos that I'm gonna talk about in my show. So yeah, man, I don't want to hold you here too long, but yeah, the Rumble is now up and going. Like I said, episode 1 is already over there. This episode, which is episode 2, should be over there as soon as it uploads to YouTube, because I upload them separately. So yeah, so all the other the older podcasts, which didn't have a name, it is they'll stay on YouTube. I don't want to upload those to Rumble. I'll keep those on YouTube, and I'll just keep the Party Crasher podcast going over on Rumble. So if you want to watch the older stuff, make sure you come here on YouTube. And as Twitter moves along with its video aspect of the platform, who knows? I might go over there and pay Elon Musk the $8 to get the long format video content going on Twitter. I think Twitter could give YouTube a run for its money. So that's what we got going on. So Rumble's good. YouTube, as always, I'm here. But I'm not going to hold you too long in the intro. Let's get to some of these videos, man. Let's get to them. All right, let's go.
Let's talk about what we're doing to white people. There's been something going on for a while now that we're being told not to notice. More to the point, that we're asking white people not only to ignore, but to accept. The rising tide of racial hatred against white people. In the past decade, there has been a noticeable cultural shift in what constitutes acceptable speech as it relates to white people. Back when I was a kid, in the early 2000s, the mainstream American culture preached about respecting each other's differences and not seeing color. Nowadays, we say that not seeing color is racism, that you must see color. But the more I see how things are unfolding, the more I'm convinced that this is wrong. Back then, saying something offhanded about white people were seen as not appropriate, just as it would be to say something offhanded about people of any other race. But that soon gave way to our current times, in which there exists virtually no limit to what racial minorities can and do say about white people.
Facts, man. I don't know what it is about the demonization of white people, because it's crazy how it is. You'll have people sit here and talk about discrimination and racism and equality, but most of these people that are sitting here preaching that stuff will sit here and turn around and talk about nothing but the person's race. You know what I mean? They're all for, racial equality and all this stuff, but you'll see them same people saying like, fuck white people or fuck whatever race. You know what I mean? But if the roles are reversed and white people are talking shit, they're the most evil thing on the face of the earth. It's fucking stupid. I don't get why we're doing this to people in general. Like race is not about everything, man. Like I don't get it. I don't know why race got to be everything in this world now. Like these people are, they have no, they have no character. Like their whole existence is is their skin color. Like their whole value that they have. The only thing relevant for them is their skin color or their sexual preference or whatever. Like, bro, like come on, man. You can't be more interesting than that. My God, man. Nobody has any character anymore. Everybody's just so bland now. Let's keep going.
I believe this is the natural outgrowth of a perverse ideology that teaches us that everything, every societal ill, is the fault of white people, and that
Facts.
whatever prejudice acts we may inflict upon them does not constitute discrimination because we don't have the power to discriminate. And alarmingly, this is particularly pronounced in the younger generation. But is it true? Do we not have the power to discriminate? Well, let's see. First, let's take a look at the racial hatred at the
Oh
interpersonal
no,
level.
where's he going
In
with
today's
this?
society, it has become somewhat fashionable to think things and say things about and to white
Yeah,
people
facts.
that would not be acceptable if it was said about any other race. And we're being taught that this double standard is not wrong, that it is rather a form of empowerment. They'll attribute negative
bruh.
experiences that they've had with white people to their whiteness.
Mm-hmm.
You had an argument in line at the grocery store with a white person, they were acting entitled because they were white. A
Mm-hmm.
white driver cut you off when you were driving, they need to check their white privilege.
Yeah, man. Every situation don't have nothing to do with racism. Right? There's just bad people in this world of every color. Like, it doesn't matter at the end of the day. Like this dude's like a person's not an asshole because they're a certain color. A person that's an asshole is just an asshole. Like there's demons everywhere. Like as far as every race, every kind of, every skin color, every height, every weight, every gender, every everything. There's bad people in all these lanes. But just because somebody's mean to you don't mean that it's because they white or they black or whatever. You know? Let's continue.
Your actions, your conduct, and your existence, in other words, boil down to your whiteness. And ashamedly, at one point in time, this was how I used to think as well. And beyond the people in my circle, I noticed that many people of color have this sort of blasé attitude. An attitude
Yep.
most particularly pronounced when there are no other white people around. Things are being said not just behind closed doors, but out in
Nah,
the
it's
world.
out in the open, bruh.
Not just between close friends, but between complete strangers. So here's the
Yep.
thing. This is something that I've experienced countless times, so I know that there are other people who are experiencing it too. I know it must resonate with at least some of you. The difficulty here is that no matter how many anecdotes I share, they are just that, anecdotes. And people who refuse to believe that this is happening will just chalk it up to my experiences being a fluke. Or worse yet, they'll say I'm lying. So I've compiled some TikTok videos.
Oh
I want you
no.
to take a look at the things that are being said about white people,
Oh god.
especially by the younger generation.
Here we go.
The kind of statements people wouldn't
This is
dare
gonna be
say
wild.
about
TikTok
people
as
of any other
hell.
race. Take a look at what is stunningly
Here we
evil
go.
in today's society and ask yourselves, where does this lead to years down the line?
You have a token white and you're hanging out with your friend group of color, you need to ask permission from everybody in the group to bring your white friend.
No. No, I don't think I will.
Like, don't just bring them. I might not be in the mood to deal with white shenanigans that day.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
That's all I'm saying. And
The fuck is white shenanigans, bro? Bro, what
another thing, it feeds into their ego. Like, don't let them think they're a good white person.
Bro, what the fuck is all of that? Like, oh my god, man. See what I'm saying, bro? Token white person. Oh my god. Let's reverse that. What's she saying there about black people? How she would be thrown in front of a bus by the social media people. Like, there's no way. Because you can't say that about anybody but white people. Token white person. I'm not in the mood to deal with white shenanigans. What the fuck does that even mean? Oh my fucking god. These people, man. These people will sit here and say this shit out in the open, out loud, and not have any self-reflection about it. Like, they'll sit there but if somebody flips that table onto them and says, well, like the chick, if they were like, well, don't bring this Asian token person around here because blah blah blah, and I don't feel like dealing. What somebody said that to her? What she come up into a group of people and they're like, we don't want to deal with Asian shenanigans today, so get the fuck out. She would label them people as racist, no matter how or what color they are. Like, that's crazy, man. That's crazy. Let's continue. This TikTok shit is gonna be ridiculous.
Opposites ask, how can they support Black and Indigenous people of color? And sometimes I really don't know what to say, but here's
Then
one
shut
easy
up.
way. Just don't have babies.
Bruh. What? What? Oh my god, man.
Single-handedly caused the white genocide that they are so afraid of. With 2.25 billion Asian women and 500 million white men, baby, it'll only take 2 generations. In 2 generations, there will no longer be any blonde-haired.
These are some things I noticed about white American culture.
Oh my god, that's disgusting.
Being grounded is a punishment to them. That's what they call punishment. The least grounded, least balanced, most destructive race considers being grounded a punishment? Yeah.
First off, bitch. Since you want to talk shit about the least this, the least that, let me ask you a question. Who started TikTok? I think it was an Asian person, but I think there's some white people that had to do with it. Who built the iPhone? Came up with electricity? Who invented the car? Who invented the TV? Who came up with all this stuff? Who maintains all this stuff? Who came up with all this stuff? Majority of the things that we enjoy were invented by white people. Like, so if you want to talk shit about white people, you can talk shit all you want, but a lot of white people did a lot of good stuff that you enjoy. So if you want to really be about that life and be about that, then you shouldn't have nothing that has to do with white. Don't wear clothes. All that shit. Don't wear certain brands.
They also say really violent phrases. They say things like, kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Why do we have to kill the birds?
Stupid.
Why is everything so violent? It's almost like one's language and phrases reflects one's nature.
Does it? Does it? Does it? You sure about that? You sure you want to go that route? You sure you want to go about that route? I come from listening to hip hop every day. You want to go with that route? I never thought so violent. Shut the fuck up. Like, God, dude, this shit pisses me off. This shit pisses me off so much because it's not even about white. It's about everything being about race. And like, you so blind to the fact that you don't see that you're doing the same thing that you're trying to talk about you fight against. You're discriminating on people based on their race. And just because they're white doesn't make it right. It doesn't matter. Last I checked, white is a race too. So you're being racist. And then people that say this stupid shit where we can't be racist because we don't have the power. That is the dumbest argument I've ever heard in my life. I am sick of people saying that. Sick of people saying that. What do you call power? Because the white people that you have a problem with most of the time don't have the power either. They don't have any power either. Like, you're sitting there like the dude said at a grocery store and you're arguing with the lady in line. That woman has just as much power as you have. Y'all both in line. None of y'all own the supermarket. Like, she don't got nothing to do with nobody in there. Like, shut the fuck up with this stupid shit. And she want to talk about, why is everything so violent? Have you not listened to a hip hop song? Huh? Never in your life, huh? Never in your life. Dumb as shit. Kill 2 birds with 1 stone is a violent thing. Really. Oh my god, dude. Okay. Let's continue. Get a headache.
So that new
Oh, Jesus, bro. I'm going to tell you this. Any chick with a bonnet on, I'm sorry, I'm not sorry, but they automatically go into a category of loves drama and is about bullshit. Like, I'm going to keep it a stack. I don't know what it is with, I don't know why, man. I've never come across a chick that wears a bonnet out in public that is normal or coherent. Like, I've never met one. I'm not saying they're not out there. I'm pretty sure they're out there. But they a special breed of stupid.
That one there was a violation.
Let's continue.
movie on Netflix is the perfect example of the sensationalization
Did she
of
just
white
have a stroke?
violence. People have a much easier time sympathizing with white criminals than they do with black victims. People think these shows are harmless, but they actually contribute to a much bigger issue. It contributes to the viewpoint that white people are less violent than everyone else, and white violence is something to be consumed in media, and that's it.
With Caucasian people and like their inability to like read a fucking room.
What is with the ability of black people, or the inability of black people to have some self-reflection? What is with that? I'm black and white, so I see it on both sides. This is so fucking dumb. This is so fucking dumb.
Like, y'all act like you don't understand shit. Because y'all be the first ones during a conversation about the Holocaust to get so mad when black people be like, you do realize that the original Jewish people were black, right?
Are you sure about that?
White.
Bro, what? You do realize, the Middle East isn't in Africa. You stupid ass bitch. What are you talking about? Judaism comes from Israel. That's not in Africa. What is this thing where not every black person, but who are these black people that think that everything in the Middle East is black? Like, nobody in the Middle East is black, bro. Like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? The hell is she talking about? The original Jewish people were black. Oh my God. What's his name? Abraham? The guy that came up with Judaism? And I think he was from Israel. Like, oh, Jesus Christ, man. Oh my, he's Middle Eastern. It's Middle East. It's not even.
People do not need to explain to anybody about us all bleeding red because, baby, you all are the people that need to learn that lesson. Clearly, history shows that you all are the people that like to pillage and eradicate, enslave, and...
Wrong, and wrong. Before the slave trade, right? Before the transatlantic slave trade, which is the slave trade everybody likes to talk about, but they don't even talk about the Barbary slave trade that took place like 500 years before the transatlantic slave trade. Here's the thing. Back in Africa, before white people were even a thing, there were slaves. African tribes enslaved each other. What the fuck are you talking about? Tribalism and conquering have been a thing since humans were a thing. Like, every culture has conquered another culture. Like, it's just a thing that we do. It's human. It's being human. It's part of human existence. Like, tribes in Africa slaughtered each other, enslaved each other, way before white people even set on those shores. Matter of fact, the original slave owners were Middle Eastern.
Kick his ass, Seabass!
And the original slaves, you want to know something really, really funny that nobody acknowledges? The original first slaves were white people. Oh man, you should look that up. Yeah, Middle Eastern people enslaved white people. Yeah, where do you think the word fucking comes from? The word is Slav, which means slave. That's the original word. Oh my God. These people are stupid. You can't quote history and not know it. You cannot quote history and not fucking know it. Oh my fucking God. This bitch said that white people are only people. Oh my God. I'm gonna get a fucking headache.
Oppress, attempt to suppress greatness because you all simply don't have it. Right? Here goes.
Didn't African people sell other Africans to the white slave traders? We'll just we'll conveniently leave out certain histories though, but no accountability for our own race. That's crazy.
Oh, y'all cum goblins.
Whoa!
Who don't even live in the fucking city. Which, by the way, the Q-tip people are the last
Q-tip
ones to
people
ever talk about somebody stealing anything. Y'all wouldn't be in this country had it not been for y'all stealing it.
First of all, I hate this shit, man. I cannot stand this fucking, you stole this country. It's called conquering. It's happened everywhere on this planet Earth. I don't see people before. Let me give you a little history lesson, shall we? Before white people even came on the shores of America, before it was America, the Native Americans, they were slaughtering and enslaving each other. I don't know why everybody likes to sit here and act like Native Americans were just sitting here with a peace pipe and singing Kumbaya in fucking teepees all fucking day. They were fucking brutal to each other. Like, let's get that right. They were slaughtering each other. And matter of fact, when we had the whole, what they like to call genocide of the Native Americans, bro, we fought the Americans, or they weren't Americans at the time. The settlers, or like you like to call them, the thieves. These people fought the Indians or Native Americans. They fought them for 200 years. It wasn't a one-sided deal. It was war. Like, both sides were getting destroyed. Like, go back in history and look at what some of these Indian tribes or Native American tribes did to each other, and for the 200 years that we fought them. Like the settlers, the Europeans, whatever you want to call them, whatever category you want to put them in, the white people. I'll just say that, the white people that came over to conquer this world. Like, and matter of fact, you wouldn't be here without the slave trade. So shut the fuck up. You're dumbass. Oh my God, man, these people do not have a brain cell in their head. Jesus Christ. Let's listen to this stupid shit some more.
So y'all are more focused on people looting and trying to get necessities and things that they need. And yes, a TV is a fucking...
Looting is a crime, and TV is not a necessity, you dumb bitch. Oh my God, I keep having to pause it, but I'm sorry. First of all, looting is a crime. That has nothing to do... why do people put modern problems on shit that happened 500 years ago? Just because the people were enslaved way back, way back, doesn't mean that you have the right to steal a TV. And who the fuck thinks a TV is a necessity? You need a TV to live? Oh my God, the amount of privilege that people have and entitlement that people have nowadays is fucking crazy. Crazy.
Because people are out here stealing and you would never. First of all, if you are a male monster, that's how your ancestors got everything from stealing. People are
wrong.
That's a behavior that's very common among white women. You may have not intended that, but there are many white women who act exactly like you.
Bro,
you can find it in your heart.
I swear to God, bro, if she was doing that shit like in person, like in my face, oh my God, I'd probably cuss her out.
Holiday season to donate to the Discriminated White Fund.
You'd join me in the parlor. We will be serving white cake.
Helping millions.
Nothing says high protein like cicadas and cheese. Make sure you...
And nothing says caucasity like that right there.
What caucasity looks like.
The fuck is that word?
Grocery stores like it's an amusement park.
Explain to me why white people don't wear shoes outdoor, but wear shoes inside.
Explain to me why black males don't like to wear shirts. You see the stupid shit that I'm talking about? If this was said, then people would have a fucking fit. Like, it's dumb as fuck. What's happening?
Both white.
Why are they having fun now?
We are
Why are you taping them?
A danger in spaces for Black, Indigenous, and other people of color simply by existing.
It's white cis men who are a part of the far right-winged ideology of fascism. That is a true threat and the terrorism to this country.
If BIPOC stand in the street and scream at the top of their lungs, I hate all white people, I want all white people to
what
go
the fuck
die,
is a...
die,
oh my
white devil,
God.
you cracker bitch. That's still not real.
BIPOC?
You're not.
That's a
one of the
thing?
good white people. Stop separating us from the bad white people. Don't sit out there in comments and say, we don't claim them. We are them. We are the ones shooting up schools.
Bruh.
We are the ones raping people.
This white
people.
guilt thing, man.
I'll say it. I hate being white.
White guilt is so stupid. White guilt is so stupid. I said it before. Like, y'all are trying to conflate things, modern problems, with shit that happened 500 years ago. 200 years ago. My bad. I don't want to make it too far back. I don't think anything I do has nothing to do with what happened back then. A cop beats me or a cop beats a person. I don't think that's because 500 years or 200, 300 years ago that people were enslaved. I don't. I just think there's some shitty people in this world of all colors. White guilt.
Yeah, which means I'm one of the good ones.
All white people are inherently racist.
Yeah.
Can you be racist against white people?
Based off of the definition of racism, yes. But it's not gonna hurt them and hurt their opportunities.
Bitch, you hurt them? You're white.
While technically you can, it's not like an issue. You can't oppress the oppressor. It helps you sleep at night. I'm racist to white people and proud of it. Why do people not understand that you can't be racist to white people?
Yes, you can, you dumb bitch. Yes, you fucking can. It goes both ways. If you're going to discriminate on someone because of the color of their skin, last time I checked, white is a color, even though it's really a shade, but it is a color in the stupid crown box. So that means that it is discrimination of a person based upon the color of their skin. So in part, it is racist. Regardless, period. That's what it is. I don't give a shit what your little dumbass twist on it is. That's what it is.
It's impossible.
And I love these people that will sit here and say, I keep pausing it, but whatever. I love these people that will sit here and say, it's not racism, it's just a prejudice. Bro, prejudice is in the definition of racism. Even though Webster has changed the definition of racism, but somehow. But let's keep going.
The system is not set up that way. You can insult white people. But
Here we go with the twisting.
Me calling a white person a tub of mayonnaise and like a flower-looking ass, that's not racist.
Shut your nasty little face!
Bet they call you something, it'd be
all the
racist,
way
right?
to Africa to physically take black people from their homes, shove them in on boats where a lot of them got diseases and died, told them where they could sit on a bus, told them which schools they could go to, which water fountains they could use, which bathrooms they could use, and that's sugarcoating it. Those are just terms. I'm not even describing all the disgusting things that happen. And they don't even want revenge. They are letting you guys skate by asking for equal rights. That's it. And you're still saying no?
Everybody already has equal rights, you stupid bitch.
They are not as angry as they should be. Y'all are getting off easy, and you're still saying no? Fuck you.
We'll focus all efforts to thwarting the division that comes from Candace. Who's Candace? Candace dick fit in your mouth.
Some people look at that and...
First off, before he gets into it, let me tell you something, bro. If all these people really were oppressed as they think they are, if they were really as oppressed as they think they are, they wouldn't be able to sit in front of a fucking camera that white people made, by the way. Yeah, she likes that Apple camera, doesn't she? She likes that iPhone, huh? Dumb bitch. Sitting here talking shit about white people, but spending all her money on stuff that white people built. Square that circle for me. Square that circle. Crazy, isn't it? I think it's funny how these people will sit here and talk all this shit, but the roles were reversed. They would be all have something to say. They will all have some bullshit. Whoever's saying these things, oh, they're racist and this and that. They like to play the victim, but they can talk all the shit they want, though.
And chalk it up to the grumblings of the powerless. That's the idea that when you have a power disparity, the less powerful sort of has this general society given leeway to complain about the more powerful. The villagers complaining about their king doesn't have the same ring as the king making snide and crude comments about the villagers.
Facts.
But that's not what's going on here. Because although certain segments of our society refuse to believe this, even as evidence mount before our very eyes, in one side of the political aisle, people of color actually have greater power than white people. That is the truth that is not being acknowledged
on the
by
left.
People that need to hear it, because this gets in the way of them wielding that power in the way they want, malignantly. I've heard from somewhere that politics is downstream of culture, and I think that is certainly correct.
It is.
We have a mainstream culture that tells us it's okay to hold prejudice and hateful view of white people, and our politics is then infused with this energy, and we see active, overt, and on-the-books racial discrimination of white people that those who are perpetuating this hatred is refusing to see as discrimination. They'll say, no, this is remediation. These are the same people who are making continuous arguments that some of our race-neutral laws discriminate against people of color. And this is certainly evidence that in one side of the political aisle, people of color have more power than white people. Because if we didn't have the power, we wouldn't be able to put into place practices and policies that does this. That's what power is. Things like Minneapolis local government agreeing to a contract with the teachers union that says white teachers must be fired first.
Bruh.
New York City's government
what?
enacting a policy of having white seniors go to the back of the line on life-saving
What the
treatment.
fuck, man?
A college professor that says white people should be killed and facing no repercussions. Cornell University banning white people from rock climbing lessons. One of many instances of liberal colleges doing the utmost.
Isn't it funny how we're kind of going backwards? Like it's crazy because everybody complains about what was it, the 1960s, when the 50s and 60s and all that, when we had the discrimination, we had the segregation of the races. You know, you had the white only water fountains. It's kind of like people now want that, but in reverse. So now we want the black only water fountains. We want the black only classes. We want the black only. Like, get the fuck out of here, man. How can everybody be equal if you are discriminating against one person or against one type of people? Like, how can we all be equal? You can't preach about equality and then talk shit about a certain race. That's not how that works. I thought you wanted everybody to be equal. Everybody, you should say everybody except white people. Everybody except the people that invented most of the shit that you enjoy. Okay, whatever.
To exclude and ostracize white students. BIPOC only events equal no whites, but they don't have the guts to say that, even though that is what that is. That's what makes us different than the mere grumblings of the common villager. The villagers have surrounded the palace, demanding Marie Antoinette's head. The power dynamics have shifted. That is a fact. Progressive media outlets do not cover these stories. Some people out there have no idea that this is going on. As the great Mahatma Gandhi once said, an eye for an eye will leave the whole world blind. But those driven by hatred would sooner gouge everyone's eyes out.
You want to talk about
than realize
bars?
that true victory for people of color would have been having history record that when the power dynamics shifted, we treated white people with a kindness that their forefathers may not have shown our forefathers.
Yep.
But now, it will say when we gained the power, we turned around and started doing some of the same stuff to white people. Segregation, social ostracization, hatred sanctioned by government and law. And we're doing all of this while pretending like we're doing something valiant. We've missed our bus. But that doesn't mean that there can't be a course correction. So,
yeah, accountability would be a good start.
Engaging in this sort of hatred, whether or not you're acutely aware.
Self-reflection would be a very good start.
We're not people, but rather some pernicious alien force that has come to invade the earth. With this video, I implore you to ask yourself, what are we doing to white people? As some people love to say, do better.
Yeah, respect to him, man. I seen that video a while ago, and I was like, I had to put it on because he does a very good job of explaining what's been going on, man. I don't know why people are trying to hold these people accountable, these white people accountable for stuff that they had nothing to do with. Nothing to do with. They don't even know majority of the people that lived back then. Like, yeah, you can have the same name as such and such who owned this slave way back then, but you ain't never had a conversation with them. The ideas are not the same. We live in different times. Things are different now. And if you're going to sit here and demonize somebody for something somebody else did, how does that not make you a piece of shit? He didn't have nothing to do with it. This person didn't have nothing to do with what happened back then. Probably don't even know what the hell you're talking about. Like, they have nothing to do with what happened back then. And it's even worse because why do we like to be, I'm talking about black people in general. Why do we like to be victims? Why do we like playing victims so much? I don't get it. I don't like this victim mentality. I hate it. It is so stupid. The fact that we always act like somebody's holding us down because of the color of our skin. You're never going to get anywhere with that mentality. You're never going to get anywhere. If you constantly think that you're pushing up against this invisible man that's trying to push you down. No, how about you just live your life and try things? Like, take the risk of life to accomplish something. Like, god damn, man. Like, oh, I don't get it. I don't know why everything has to be race now, but yeah, that was cool. That was cool by him. So let's move on, shall we? Before I get too pissed off here. So stupid.
Okay, what's the question again?
Why do you think dating is hard?
Because of social media.
Finally!
Social media got these chicks thinking that they got options that they don't have.
Can I say something?
Hold on. So social media got these chicks thinking that they got something they don't have. So they only fuck with niggas who got bread, and then turn around and be mad when them type of dudes who got a bunch of money want every bitch. These same bitches will turn around and pay Chris Brown $1,000 to take pictures with him. You feel me? See, hold on. They charge broke niggas to chill with them, but the more money you got, the less you got to spend.
Yeah, I understand what the tall dude is saying. He yeah, the question was why is dating hard, and he immediately went to because of social media. I kind of agree with it. Like, there's pros and cons to social media, but what it's done to dating is completely ridiculous. Like, it's crazy how much it destroyed the dating aspect. You have normal chicks, right? You have normal everyday women thinking that they can get with, like he said, these dudes with all this money and stuff like that. You know, the funny part is I tell people all the time, like I talk when I talk about this stuff, I'm like, every chick thinks that she's like one ass shot away from an NBA player or an actor. Like, it's crazy, man. And but you know, it's a double-edged sword though, because on the one hand you have these chicks that are hoping to get with these like dudes that have all this money, all this status, all this whatever, and at the same time they're ignoring like the normal good dudes that are around them, but they'll complain about not having a good dude. Like, these are chicks that are inboxes are flooded. I've seen it. Like, I've seen women's inboxes, and it's crazy. The amount of messages and the stuff that's said in these messages is crazy. Now, there could be a good dude in there. There's a dude that is probably in a chick's inbox right now that she will never give the attention to, that will treat her like the sun and the moon. Like, he'll give her everything she ever wanted. She'll never have to worry about anything. Like, there's a dude like that, but she just, I don't know, for whatever reason, she doesn't like the way he dresses, maybe she just doesn't find him attractive, blah, whatever. But, you know, everybody has their right to choice, or right to choose, whatever. You know what I mean? But getting back to the topic, which is social media. Like I said, it's a double-edged sword. So on the one hand, you have these chicks that are saying there ain't no good men, even though their inboxes are flooded. They just don't want to get a time of day to these dudes, which, you know, that's their right. But on the other hand, you have these dudes that'll simp ridiculously for average women, you know, and what that does is cause and effect, because you have these dudes that are sitting here giving these women all this attention and, you know, giving them all these compliments and all these likes, and meanwhile this is going to the woman's head, and her ego is getting astronomically hot, like big. And, you know, that kind of, it's kind of, in a way, it's men's fault for the social media, for the simping. But at the same time, women need to stick to reality. You know what I mean? Like, just because you look cute on a certain day or whatever, don't mean that you're going to get what you're looking for. Like, you need to baseline your reality. Like, your level is whatever you can attract. So if you're sitting here and you're only attracting normal dudes, which I've never understood what is wrong with normal everyday dudes. I've never gotten this. I mean, I'm a normal everyday dude, but it's like, I've never gotten why there's this negative look for a dude that, you know, goes to work, pays his bills, you know, ain't flashy, just you know, just chills. I don't get it. And by the way, this dude to the left right here, this cat is just, I don't know if he drunk or high or what, but he need to get the hell out of here. This dude just looking for attention. He like one of these females on Instagram. And the dude that went out of frame, man, it's called a belt, bro. Like, god damn, man.
See, women only want to deal with dudes who don't have no opinion. That's why you see a lot of these bad chicks with these goofy ass, soft ass niggas who ain't gonna challenge them on nothing, who ain't gonna ask them no questions. Any man that got his own shit taken care of, don't need their money, don't need their pussy. They don't want to deal with a nigga like that. They want a nigga that they can talk to crazy and disrespect them because they don't want no structure.
Yeah, I understand what he's saying, because it's crazy, because I see this all the time. Like, I'll see a girl get with some dumbass, and then she'll sit here and complain about everything every day, because you'll see it on Facebook. I don't know why people put their business out on Facebook so much. Social media, like, you go figure. But yeah, man, like, you'll see her complain about this dude and this and that. He did this, he did that. He ain't doing this, he ain't doing that. Oh my God. Like, you chose him. Like, that's you, the one that chose him. No one forced you to. You wanted the dude that gets all this stupid attention and acts a fool. Like, you wanted that. Ain't nobody make you do it. So you gotta live with your choice. And then the dudes that handle their business, you know what I mean, that ain't flashy, that just work hard, you know, stay out of trouble, ain't trying to be all up in the clubs and stuff like that. They look at that shit as boring. They look at that shit as negative. Like, oh, he boring, he this, he that. But they'll sit there and they'll watch like one of their friends is in a happy relationship with that kind of dude, and then wonder why they can't find him, because you want the opposite. You don't want that. They like drama. Women like drama. I don't know why they look for drama so much. I'm not about drama. I can't do it. Like, I stay away from it. But it seems like women nowadays are just attracted to drama. They like that feeling, because it's attention at the end of the day, you know? Victim mentality is really, really popular nowadays. But let's continue.
They scared of real men, you feel me? Because a real man ain't gonna let them talk crazy and do all that goofy dumb shit.
So modern day men are more feminine more than ever.
Definitely.
Definitely. All I'm gonna say is this: the same bitch who went to school need gas money.
Yeah.
My G, get the fuck out of here. What are you even talking about? What is this? What tall dude said? That dude right there to the left in that jacket, that's the goofy ass motherfucker that everybody talking about. He's one of them. Get the hell out of here. You ain't got nothing intelligent, nothing. You ain't got nothing relevant to bring to this conversation. Just leave, bro. You just trying to look for attention, look for a microphone. They bringing a chick in here, so we'll see what she says. But yeah, man, they don't want people that they don't want the type of dude that'll challenge them. But I don't know, man. It's weird, because the way that the dynamics have changed between men and women it's crazy, because you got these women that their whole goal is to do everything a man can do. Oh, he can sleep around. I can sleep around too. Nah. Men and women are different. It don't go like that. You can say it's a double standard. It is. There's double standards everywhere. Get used to it. That's how life is. Like, women have privileges that men can't get. You know what I mean? I'll have it in I don't know where I'm gonna put it, but I know I got another video coming up about a certain privilege that women have that we men don't get to enjoy. But real dudes don't complain about this stuff like that. Like, I don't complain about it. Like, dudes just keep it moving. We know there's a double standard. We acknowledge the double standard, and then we keep it pushing. Women these days want to do what a man can do, and then when you say, "Oh, that's not right," and they say, "Oh, it's a double standard," though, they don't want to acknowledge that the double standard exists, because it's not in their favor. Whatever double standard isn't in a woman's favor, she goes against it. She'll fight it tooth and nail, like, all day long. Just accept it and move on. Men and women are different. We've always been that way from the dawn of time. Like, but let's see what the chick got to say. I hope this goofy ass dude to the left get the fuck out of here, though.
Hey, let her talk.
I'm a woman. So what would you say?
I said women don't like dudes who got their own, who don't need them. They rather deal with men who are not that intellectually aggressive, who gonna let them say what they want and do what they want. They rather deal with a man like, not saying you like that, but most women out here don't want to deal with a man who gonna say, baby, nah, don't wear that. Nah, baby, don't talk like that. They don't really want to deal with that. They rather deal with a dude who let them say and do whatever they want to do. And they think if a man be a man, he's toxic.
So I got one question.
Watch your camera. Hey, but look, when you say this though, real shit. Let me keep it G with you, like real P. I got the P on my
Pause 1 second. What's your response to that?
I got one question for you.
No, what's your response?
Pause for a second. I got the P on my head. He told you to pause.
Cause you
I'm
gotta
gonna say this.
you gotta agree. You gotta
That's a
agree.
good question. Let me answer it.
Guys,
No,
guys,
That's a good question. Let me
Pause.
answer it. That's a good question.
Guys, hold on. Pause.
That's a great question. Can I answer?
Guys, if we want to do this, we need to have some order,
That's
right?
true. He's right.
So
He's right.
you
Let
need
him
to be
talk.
quiet. You need to stand over there and stop getting in front of the camera, right? You
My
gotta
bad, homie.
stand over here too.
My bad,
And we
homie.
need to have a conversation.
You're absolutely
because
right,
the
brother.
shit's not gonna make any sense.
That's a fact.
If everybody's fucking talking
Can I
at the
say
same
one thing
time.
real quick?
Nah, let her answer a question.
Can I say one thing?
No.
Hold on, bro.
Trying to say,
She had a question.
Bro,
Repeat
this
the
goofy
question.
dude
John.
need to get the hell out of here.
So my question was, do you fuck with a real woman?
Let me answer that question.
And the reason why I
What's a real
asked
Okay, I'm
is
listening.
because if you fuck with a real woman, she's going to agree with you. Hey, maybe I shouldn't step outside wearing
I
this,
respect that,
this
baby.
That's a real
nasty
woman.
ass shit.
Let me in, I'm trying to fuck.
Let me answer that. This is the problem. The real woman is standing too close to the hoes, so we don't know the difference until we start talking to y'all. No.
Facts. Women know who the hoe is in their little friend group. Women know who the hoe is in their friend group, and they'll pump each other up all day. You know what I mean? But the hoe will cock block the real woman. You know what I mean? But if you standing so close, like you can have one good girl in the middle of three hoes. What are we supposed to do with that? You're going. I know it sounds like you're guilty by association, but nah, it's because like if you're gonna put out that image, right? If you're gonna have them around, then what are we supposed to think? Like, we're not mind readers. I don't know why women think we're mind readers. Like, men can't read your mind. We don't know how you are. So if your first impression, you with 3 girls and all they doing is twerking, they talking to every dude, they taking free drinks every 5 seconds, you know what I mean? We're going to assume that you're the same kind of chick that is, like, the same kind of chick that's in that group. Because why else would you associate it with them then? You know what I mean? You ain't like, nah, don't dance on that table. Nah, we can't do that tonight. You know, you trying to have a good time. But that good time comes at a price. You know what I mean?
No, listen. I met a lot of women. It don't mean, I don't care if they from the hood. I don't care if they got 2 parents. Their interests are the same. It's like right now, right? If you see 10 lions coming down the street, are you gonna try to figure out which lion gonna bite your ass or not? You're gonna be like them 10 lions. So unfortunately, the real woman agree with too much shit that these hoes is on, so we don't know the fucking difference. Y'all gotta stand far away from the hoes, cause y'all dress like them. Y'all wear the same shit they wear. Right. Y'all listen to the same music they listen to. Y'all stand for the same shit they stand for. In most cases, not you, baby, but in most cases, the real women got too much in common with the hoes. Let me give you an example. We from the hood and all that, but a street nigga that's really out in the plug, that's really out there doing that dumb shit, he ain't got shit in common with me. So we look mad different.
Facts.
The women, y'all look too much, talk too much, and act too much like the bitches who ain't shit. So we don't know the difference.
But you gotta surround yourself. You say you from the hood, right?
Of course.
So you from the hood. So you gonna be surrounded by hood bitches.
Nah, that's incorrect. That's incorrect. Because I'm from the hood. And usually when people first talk to me, they can't even imagine I'm from the hood, which is crazy. You know what I mean? I come from like drive-bys and shit every night. Like that was the life down then. Like get on the floor, like every time, like seeing people shot, ran over in my hood, like in my neighborhood. We seen that. I lived through that shit. And it's like they say that you're a product of your environment, but it's not true. It's all about your mentality. You know what I mean? It's all about your mind. You don't have to be subjected to the bad parts of the streets. Now, I like that I came from that because I'm not scared to walk in any neighborhood or anything like that. You know what I mean? I think it was a good thing coming up in the hood because of the experience, basically. You know what I mean? It made me more aware of stuff. But I don't surround myself with a lot of like these really, really, really hood dudes. You know what I mean? Because it's like I have nothing in common with them. You know what I mean? I don't sit here and I don't drink every day. I don't want to sit here and smoke weed every day. Actually, I've never smoked weed in my life. Never done any drugs. Never done any alcohol either.
Pump those numbers up. Those are rookie numbers in this racket.
But that's beside the point. And that's something coming from the hood, ain't it? Never touched any of that stuff. But it's like I don't have nothing in common with them people. Now, I'm not saying I'm not cool with hood dudes. Like, I know a lot of hood dudes. You know, I'm cool with a lot of hood dudes, but we don't hang out regularly. Like, we can talk, you know what I mean? I'll chop it up with people, but it's like we don't sit here and we not going to outings at like every weekend and stuff like that. Like, it's not like that, you know what I mean? I got nothing in common with a dude that's on the corner every day. You know what I mean? In the trap every day. I don't have nothing in common with that dude. I know that lifestyle. I've actually witnessed that lifestyle firsthand. You know what I mean? I've been in those houses with certain friends back in the day. You know what I mean? But the thing is, I never did that stuff. So it's like, I never had an interest in it. You know what I mean? So I don't know, man. It's just, you got to surround yourself with better people, you know, people you can depend on and that got your back for real, for real. There's people like that are street people that'll get your back. I got some people that are real street dudes and like they got my back. But it's like, you know, like I said, we don't hang out every day. We just in different places. We got different interests. You know what I mean?
No.
No, but you
I'm
are.
from the hood. I don't live there. I live
you
up here now.
You live in Charlotte?
Of course, uptown, baby.
Uptown,
Of
right
course.
here?
Down the street.
So you seem very intelligent.
Very.
You seem very, very intelligent. So my thing is, you know what you want in a woman?
I don't know what the woman about until I get to know her. So
that's the thing. You gotta talk to her. You gotta be like, hey, you look very nice.
They talk the same shit the goofy bitches is talking
You wanna
about.
know how old
guys. Yeah, man, that's cool. In terms of social media, like I said before, I think social media destroyed what we call dating now. Because the expectations of women are a fairy tale. That's I don't know how else to put it. Like it's a fairy tale. Like it's crazy. You know, they don't live in reality anymore. And as a man, we live in reality. You know, so it's crazy to think about. I just think that, you know, the ego that women have is crazy. But at the same time, it's the simping has to stop at some point. Like this desperation that men have is it's crazy how soft men are nowadays, man. Like they've watered down masculinity so much that now you only have the extremes. You know what I mean? You have the Andrew Tates and all them people like that are coming out, and the reason why they're so popular is because the lack of real masculinity now these days, because everything's soft, everything's drama, everything's dramatic, you know, like these dudes that sit here and argue with women,
you know why? Because you're gay
and stuff like that, and then, you know, it's crazy, the dudes that, and then the chicks that'll sit there and say that this dude's the worst dude in the world. I can't believe he did this to me, blah, blah, blah. And then you'll go back with him 3 or 4 times. Like, how much is enough? You know what I mean? It's insane, man. But, yeah, that was a cool video. I'll leave a link in the description. Well, you can see the channel link at the front if you want to go check them out. They're pretty cool. They do really good street interviews. So, all right, man. Let's start to wrap this show up. You already know what we about to do. So, as we do every show, we're going to end on the movie, show, and music of the week. Well, song of the week, I should say. Let's go to the movie. So, this week's movie of the week, a bit of an older one, but it's so good. Right now, it's on Netflix. It is The Quick and the Dead. Very good movie, older movie. I think this came out like in 1995, but as you can see, Leonardo DiCaprio is ridiculously young in here. So let me give you the description. I believe this is on Netflix still, so check it out there. Description reads, in this offbeat Western, a lady gunslinger arrives in a frontier town seeking revenge for the murder of her sheriff father by town boss John Harold. I think that's his name. Can't remember. Sharon Stone, Gene Hackman, young Leonardo DiCaprio, Russell Crowe. I mean, the cast is stacked, man. Just watch it. It's so good. Just watch it. Just check it out. You will not be disappointed. Speaking of not being disappointed, this week's show of the week is Ginny and Georgia, Netflix exclusive. This was actually given to me out of the blue because I didn't even know the show existed. So Shout out to the person that she knows who she is, who recommended this show to me. I love this show. I love it for Georgia specifically. If that character ever leaves this show, I'm done with this show. That character and the actress that plays her is so good, man. So good. Definitely highly recommend this show. Let me give you the description here. Free-spirited Georgia and her 2 kids, Ginny and Austin, move north in search of a fresh start, but find that the road to new beginnings can be bumpy. I'm telling you, dude, this is now one of my favorite shows that Netflix has ever done. Now, I love my Korean shows, but this show is very dope, so I highly recommend Ginny and Georgia. I just finished the 2nd season of this show like a couple weeks back. Yes, it has 2 seasons, so yeah, get in there, check it out. Highly recommend that show. I can't say enough about it, man. I like to binge watch stuff, and I binge watched that like almost in 2 days. It was so good. It just kept me hooked, man. So yeah, definitely get in there and watch that. But you hear the music, man. You already know what time it is. It's time to end it. And this week's song of the week is by Stray Kids. It's called God's Menu. So good. One of my favorite bands of all time, pretty much. They're so good. So that's gonna be a show, man. I have been your uninvited guest. This is the Party Crasher Podcast, and I'm out, man. Make sure y'all check out all the links in the description as well as the designated playlist. I'll see y'all next week. Enjoy some of the Stray Kids. Peace.